Nobuko Saito Cleary visiting Yosh Uchida at his San Jose office on this beautiful Friday, August 30th, 2019. Good afternoon, Mr. Uchida.
Good afternoon.
I'd like to ask you a few questions. Where and when were you born?
I was born in a place called Calexico, California. I was born there April 1st, 1920.
When did you move to San Jose?
I came about 1940. A roommate I had, Taki Kashima, he lived about half a mile from me. And so he said, let's go to university. I said, what for? He said, well, let's see if we can get some education. And so I said, do they have a good football team? He said, they're not bad. I said, well, let's give them a try then. And I submitted my application right after that, and I was accepted.
San Jose State University?
That's right.
Very good. What was your father doing at that time?
My father was farming.
Your parents encouraged you to have an education because they didn't. Where did they come from?
They came from Kumamoto.
Oh, Kumamoto to Kyushu. Kyushu Island.
My parents came through Seattle, Washington.
I see.
And then they came down toward California.
I see. And when did you decide to take that judo?
Oh, I was 10 years old. I started taking judo. My friends also took judo. One of the reasons the communities felt that we as a Japanese children did not know anything about Japan or the culture. When I came to San Jose State in 1946, I just got out of the service after 4 years, and I got my honorable discharge, and I came here to San Jose State. My director of athletics said, he called me Yosh. Yosh, hey, I have here that you have some judo. He said, would you like to teach judo? Oh, sure. I had nothing else to do. And he says, you'll get paid. I said, oh, that would be great, because I had no income. So he said, well, we have 2 classes to start with. And I said, okay. And so they gave me a sum of money, which was $30 more. To me, was a lot of money because I had no money.
That is wonderful, though. You really started to helping them.
So I started teaching judo, and the athletic director, he says to me, he says, Yosh, he says, you want to make me look good. He says, you do a good job, because I don't know anything about judo. So you do a good job, then I'll look good. And so I said, okay. And that was the deal. At the beginning, there was one student in there that he said, you know, I used to tie the Japs in Guadalcanal, and I used to take the bayonet and practice bayoneting them. And I said, wow, this is, the war's over now, let's just be friends. But he says, and I didn't care what you do. And then one day he came up to me, he says, now what are you going to do? I'm going to lift you up. I said, well, put me down, because this is a class. He says, no, I don't think so. And so he started to swing me around like that.
He was taller than you?
Oh, yeah, he was big. He was a captain of the football team, and very, very big. And he played tackle, and he was strong. He lifted me about a foot off the mat, and I started shaking me like that. I said, well, put me down, so otherwise we're going to have problem. You don't have to go down. Then he started to swing, you know, around and around and around. The edges of the mat, there was heavy equipment, wrestling equipment, boxing equipment, everything was on the edge of the mat. Because I was very scared. He said, and then he finally let me down. And he said, oh, well, I guess I had enough. Then I still had hold of him. And then I went into a judo technique. I was mad, too.
Yeah.
I took a judo technique and threw him hard on the mat. And he hung on because, and because he hung on, I had my elbow go right into his solar plexus. He just threw him right in. And he was, then all of a sudden, he was having a hard time breathing, but he was all right. I was 5'2" and 130 pounds or 125 at that time. The whole class was shocked. After that, I had no problem with the school or anything, and I went on.
Now, because of your fame with the judo, everybody thinks that Yoshi, you are only doing judo, but you're also doing a lot of another thing with study to the business.
I had worked for 4 years as a medical technician in the U.S. Army. I couldn't get any job at the hospitals. They would look at me and said, well, we don't hire Japs.
Just after the war, still you had a still problem.
But I had a friend that was a wrestling coach here at San Jose High School, and he also taught at San Jose State. He talked to a friend of his that was working at a hospital, a doctor, and says, he got a friend, would you help him? The doctor talked to the Sisters of Charity. It was a Catholic hospital. And she said, oh yes, I'll talk with the pathologist at the laboratory. So roundabout way, I got a
that's
job.
How you for now.
And so, but I never forgot that. And I said, one of the days I will show you people. And I studied biochemistry. And I graduated in biological science.
You started your own company and then grow that company to 40 medical lab in that Bay Area. And so that is an extremely impressive, successful story.
It was much better because from there on I was able to hire people, and I was able to give jobs to all my friends and people that needed jobs, and also to my judo students that I had. Many of them didn't have jobs.
Yoshi, what is your most memorable, happy story in your life?
Well, one thing that in my life that I really enjoyed was helping people out. I would go and try to help them get jobs or introduce them to the right people. For us Nikkei to rise above where we used to be always hated and pushed aside, it was hard.
And you are the one who is responsible and successful to bring a judo into Olympic game. How did you do that?
It was not easy because judo people are dead set judo people, and all the people in judo, they said judo is a Japanese sport.
Right.
And it's not to be mixed with anything else. Most people didn't think judo should be white. However, today, since 1964, judo has been growing, and it has doubled in the population since we started this weight system. and I'm sure that it'll keep on continuing.
That you received the most prestigious award from the Emperor of Japan. You received a Rising Sun Award.
They wanted me to go to Japan, but I felt there was too big an honor for me to go to Japan. So I got it at the Consul General's office in San Francisco.
Wonderful. I hope you will visit next year, Tokyo Olympic 2020.
Well, I hope so too. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.